This is Dr. Scott. He is a great doctor and patients absolutely love him. But every once in a while, there's a patient who just isn't happy. Despite Dr. Scott and his staff's best efforts to educate the patient on risks and outcomes, they just cannot accept the way things are. And sometimes they make a complaint, such as to the state medical board. This once happened to Dr. Scott with a patient unhappy with the outcome of their eye surgery. From all indications, the clinical outcome was excellent, but the patient had an expectation they claimed the doctor did not discuss. Ultimately, the patient complaint was deemed unwarranted and the case dismissed by the board. Even with a positive finding for Dr. Scott, the loss of revenue and stress of the complaint took its toll. Dr. Scott knew he needed to improve how he documents communications with patients. He came up with the brilliant idea that recording the surgical consent on video would document the discussion in ways that a standard consent form never will. So he assembled a team of doctors, administrators, staff coordinators, and engineers to design something better. The team set out to investigate solutions, and along the way, they got a lot of feedback on the consent process. A whole lot. What they found was the consent process and patient education that most practices use was difficult, inefficient, and often inadequate. This left patients confused, the staff overworked, and the doctor at risk. It was clear a solution would have to address the doctors, the staff, and the patient. The team concluded that each group needed a couple of kick-ass features. The doctors needed video consent, but they also needed a single report documenting all of the educational and consent resources given to the patient. So the team built features to store video consents and a system that gathers dates, times, and progress metrics for all the educational and consent materials. The staff needed a clean, open solution that could quickly be customized for each patient. The team developed a method to easily categorize content by procedures and diagnoses, as well as features such as drag and drop, customization, and automatic triggers. The patient interface had to be simple, with step-by-step progress. The team observed that the paper-based consent forms were difficult for patients to understand. So again, the team developed features to simplify otherwise complex education plans. They also determined that pairing an animated story video with a new standardized consent form really helped engage the patient. Now that the system has become a reality, Dr. Scott, his staff, and patients can access it from any computer or tablet. Dr. Scott can sleep better at night knowing that patients are getting the best possible pre-surgical education. And he has the confidence that in those rare cases where the patient is still unhappy and does perhaps make a complaint, that he has definitive records that the patient did, in fact, receive clear, concise, and individual information on their outcome.